We're going to go through some conditioning to work on improving your inverts. So I'm going to go through some conditioning exercises for all levels, okay? We can always improve our inverts. Plus, many of us tend to favor one side over the other. So these are good conditioning drills to do because it will make you work both sides. So you're going to evenly do both sides. I usually tell people, give yourself a number to work towards. I like the number 5. I don't know, why not? Pick your own number. It could be 3, it could be 10, and decide that's the number that you're working towards. But when you do these exercises, I would encourage you to alternate back and forth instead of going all 5 one side and then all 5 the other, because what tends to happen is we tend to do 5 on our favorite side, and then we go to our less favorite side, and either A, we're tired, B, we get distracted, or 3, we just don't do it. Okay, so alternate. So do one on your left, do one on your right, do one on your left, one on your right, alternate back and forth. Okay, so for working towards your invert, we're going to go straight invert. You can be static, you can be spinning. So we're going to go through 3 different levels of these. Okay, level 1, if you are still working towards your inverts, you're going to do one version that's standing and one version that's laying on the floor. This is going to be your exercise. Standing inside arm low, outside arm above it, squeezing it into your armpit, and you're going to work on tucks. Okay, so 3, 5, whatever your number is. Okay, you can do all one and then switch to the other, however you would like to do it. Okay, so first thing is being able to hold in place and tuck the knees. Once those start to feel comfortable, start to add the tip back. Okay, so same exact position, start to tuck, tip, back down, other side, start to tuck, tip, back down. Okay, so this is for our pre-inverters. Other part is you're going to take them from the floor. So you're going to lay down with the pole in your armpit. Hand position just like as if you were doing a regular invert. Ideally straight legs. If you're still working towards the abdominal strength for this, you can go bent legs if you need to. Okay. If you start to feel it in your low back at all, do bend your legs. That usually means that your abdominal muscles are fatiguing and your low back is trying to compensate. Okay. So straight legs, shoot up, outside leg to the front, control it down and down. So these would be fun. Do all 5 one side and then switch 5 on the other, because it's kind of a pain to switch back and forth on the floor here. Okay, so shoot it up. Okay, so same thing, other side. Okay, so this will be for our first level, pre-inverters, or you're still not 100% solid with your invert. So if you already have your inverts, but we're just working on strengthening them, especially if you're competing, you need to work on your lines, you need to work on your cross training, make sure you're evenly working both sides so that you don't end up with an overuse injury on one side, is we're going to do them from standing. Okay, especially if you're a performer or a competitor, you want to focus on your line. It's not enough to just get your butt up there. Think about engaging your quads, straight knees, pointed toes. That's the purpose of this conditioning. It's not just to get through them as quickly as you can, it's to focus on the technique. Okay, what you do in practice, you'll do in performance. So if you're practicing with sloppy technique, when you're tired or stressed, that's what you're going to resort to. Okay, so you want to train straight legs, pointed toes, so that it becomes a reflex. Okay, so same with our inverters. You're going to do these from standing, from the floor. Okay, 3, 5, however many you want to do, alternate both sides. If you want to level up on these, literally level up, take it to a climb, add them that way. Okay, so wherever your level is, challenge yourself. You can add these at the beginning of your training, end of your training, both. Level 1, pre-inverters, those that are working towards your invert, or new and inconsistent with your inverts, laying on the floor, knee tucks, both of those exercises. If you are an inverter, but you're working on cleaning it up, work on those straight leg ones, okay? If you're not able to consistently do your invert with your legs straight, I think of the rule of thumb as your legs are either all the way straight or all the way bent. There shouldn't be a question about what your intention was. So if you're newer to the straight leg game, you're working on strengthening it, but it's not there yet, you might only get your first 1 or 2 with straight legs and then go bent to open. And just challenge yourself every time. See if you can get a little bit farther with the straight legs one. I would recommend that you video yourself doing these because oftentimes, we're all guilty of it, in our mind, we think our legs are perfectly straight and our lines are beautiful. And then you watch the video and it's not quite what you thought it was. So video yourself. Oftentimes you have those little micro bends and you don't even realize that they're there. So it doesn't mean you have to post it on social media and share it with the world, but video it for yourself so that you can see and critique your technique. So floor, standing, full inverts. Like I said, if you want to take it to the next level, if you're an intermediate advanced puller, take it to a climb. Maybe do a set of aerial inverts. So try this out. Add these to your conditioning. Let me know how it goes. Like I said, I challenge you to video your training. Like I said, you don't have to share it, but do it for yourself, and then that way you can watch your progress as you go. I'm elizabethbfit. Check out my channel of other tutorials. I've got breakdowns of tricks, things like that, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. It's at elizabeth_bfit. Check it out. And if you have any questions about this tutorial, about conditioning for your inverts or any others, please feel free to leave your comments below.